Hello there. I wonder where you are listening from tonight. Maybe you're tucked into a soft bed, with the lights turned down low. Perhaps you can hear the gentle hum of a fan in the background, like a soft, distant breeze, whispering you towards sleep. Whatever you are doing, wherever you are, I'm glad we have this time together. Take a slow, easy breath in and let it go. Feel your body begin to settle. Feel the weight of the day start to lift from your shoulders, just for a little while. Tonight, we're going to take a journey, a very special journey into a world that is closer to you than anything else. A world that is, in fact, inside of you. The title of our story tonight is a curious one. Why you wouldn't last an hour in your own circulatory system. It sounds a little dramatic, doesn't it? But don't worry. There is nothing to fear here. It's simply a way to help you understand the incredible, powerful world I inhabit. You see, if you were to shrink down, like in a science fiction movie, and step into my rivers, you would find a place of immense pressure and speed. A place where tunnels shrink so small that brave little cells have to travel in single file. It's a world built for them, not for you. It is a powerful, busy, and truly magical place. And it is all yours. All this time, you've lived with me, day in and day out. But have you ever truly listened to my secret thoughts? Have you ever wondered about the stories I could tell? Well, I am your circulatory system, and tonight, you finally have the chance. So please, don't miss it. Just relax and listen. Think of me as a great and ancient river, not a river of water, but a river of life itself. A warm, red river that flows through every part of you, every single moment of every single day. I am not small. If you were to take all of my pathways, my arteries, my veins, my tiniest little capillaries, and lay them end to end, they would stretch for more than 60,000 miles. That's enough to circle the entire Earth more than twice. All of that is nestled right inside of you. A whole world of pathways, a secret map of life. My job is simple, but it is the most important job in your world. I am a delivery service, a bringer of gifts. I carry everything your body needs to thrive. I carry the oxygen from the air you just breathed in, delivering it to your brain so you can have thoughts, to your muscles so you can move, and to your heart so it can beat. I carry the nutrients from the food you've eaten, distributing that energy to every single one of the trillions of cells that make you, you. And I am also a cleaner, a quiet, diligent caretaker. After I deliver my precious gifts, I gently pick up what is no longer needed. I carry away the waste, the carbon dioxide, the leftovers of a busy day, and I guide them to the places where they can be released. It is a perfect, endless cycle of giving and taking away, a rhythm of renewal that keeps your inner world clean and peaceful. I never stop, not for a moment. While you are awake, running errands, talking with friends, I am flowing. While you are eating a meal, I am flowing. And now, as you lie here, listening to my voice, I am flowing. I am moving gently through your hands, bringing them warmth. I am pulsing softly in your neck, a quiet and steady beat. My current is the feeling of being alive. You don't have to think about me. You don't have to command me to work. I just do. It is my purpose. It is my promise to you. I flow through darkness and light, through moments of joy and moments of sadness. I am the constant presence that has been with you since the very beginning, and I will be with you all through the night. So, as we begin our journey together, just know that you are in the safest of hands. You are being cared for from within by a system of incredible wisdom and strength. Just allow yourself to relax. Let your breathing be soft and easy, and let my story become a gentle current ready to carry you softly into a deep and peaceful sleep. Now that you know who I am, your great inner river, I want to introduce you to the one who gives me my rhythm, the one who gives me my strength. At the very center of my world, nestled safely behind your ribs, is the most faithful friend you will ever have, your heart. If I am the river, then your heart is the powerful, gentle spring from which I flow. It is my engine, my guide, and my constant companion. But I like to think of it in a different way. I think of your heart as a drummer, a soft, steady drummer, playing a rhythm that is meant only for you. Can you hear it? Maybe not with your ears, but perhaps you can feel it. A gentle, distant beat. Lub-dub, lub-dub, lub-dub. It's a sound that is so constant, so familiar, that you probably don't even notice it's there. But I notice. Every part of you notices. It is the song of your life, the bass line to your own personal melody. It is the most comforting sound in your world. This faithful drummer of yours is not very big. It's about the size of your own two hands, clasped together. A perfect fit. And inside this small, powerful muscle are 4 simple rooms. That's all. Just 4 chambers, working in perfect harmony. 2 of these rooms are for welcoming my river back home after its long journey through your body. They open their doors and say, "Welcome back. You've done well." The other 2 rooms are for sending my river back out again, filled with fresh oxygen and new energy. They give a strong but gentle push and say, "Go on now. The body is waiting for you. Welcome in." Send back out, open, and close. Lub-dub. It is a simple, beautiful dance that happens over and over again. And your heart. It is the most dedicated worker I have ever known. It never asks for a day off. It never calls in sick. It beats around 100,000 times every single day. 100,000 gentle drum beats, pushing my river of life through its 60,000-mile journey. And with every one of those beats, it sends my river flowing with purpose. Over a whole day, that steady rhythm pumps about 2,000 gallons of blood. Imagine that. 2,000 gallons, all moved by this quiet, humble muscle, the size of your fists. The most amazing part? This little drummer has been playing its song for you for a very, very long time. It started its beat when you were just a tiny cluster of cells in your mother's womb. Before you had eyes to see or ears to hear, you had this rhythm. It was your first connection to the world, a gentle, pulsing beat that told you that you were alive. It has been with you every moment since. It has beaten through every laugh, every tear, every triumph, and every challenge. It has never once thought of stopping. Its rhythm changes, of course. It matches the music of your life. When you run or dance, it joyfully picks up the tempo, beating faster to send more energy to your muscles. When you are startled or nervous, it beats quickly, preparing you for whatever comes next. And when you are calm, when you are resting, just like you are now, it slows down. The drum beat becomes soft, slow, and deep. Lub-dub. Lub-dub. This is its favorite rhythm. The rhythm of peace. The rhythm of restoration. As you lie here, and your own breathing becomes slower and deeper, your heart hears you. It responds. It begins to play its gentlest lullaby. It is a signal to every part of your body that it is now time to rest. It is time to heal. It is time to let go. So just listen, not with your ears, but with your whole body. Feel that steady, faithful beat deep within your chest. It is the sound of unconditional love. It is the sound of life. It is your heart, the drummer at the center of my river, playing a soft, slow song, just for you, to guide you gently into sleep. The drummer has played its beat. Your heart has given its gentle, powerful push. And now, the journey begins. As the blood leaves the heart, it enters my proudest pathways, my strongest and most vibrant roads. These are the arteries, and I like to think of them as my bright red highways. Imagine a grand highway system, stretching out from a bustling, loving city center. These roads are wide, smooth, and perfectly designed for a swift and easy journey. The blood that flows here is the brightest red you can imagine, a beautiful, rich scarlet color. This brightness is a sign that it is full of life, full of the most precious gift it has to carry, oxygen, freshly picked up from your lungs. With every beat of your heart, a gentle wave of pressure flows into these highways. The walls of my arteries are strong, but they are also wonderfully flexible. They are elastic, so they expand a little with each wave, just for a moment, making room for the new travelers. Then, they gently return to their shape, helping to push the river of life along its way. It's like a pulse that travels the entire length of your body, a soft echo of the heart's drumbeat. If you've ever gently touched your wrist and felt that soft little tap, 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 you have felt the wall of an artery dancing in time with your heart. The journey starts on the largest highway of all, the great arching road that leaves the top of the heart. From there, the highway begins to branch off, creating smaller and smaller roads, leading to every region of the country that is you. Some highways travel north, up toward your neck, carrying fresh thoughts and energy to your brain. Others travel south, down through your belly, delivering supplies to your stomach and your liver. And still other highways travel out to your limbs, reaching all the way to the tips of your fingers and the ends of your toes. The flow here is purposeful. It is swift. The blood cells don't meander. They are on a mission of delivery, a mission of giving. They are carrying warmth. They are carrying energy. They are carrying life. And they do it with a silent, graceful efficiency that is truly something to behold. There is a feeling of joy in this part of the journey. It is the joy of having a full tank of gas, a clear road ahead, and a destination where you know you are needed. There is no hesitation. There is only a smooth, forward flow. Like a well-organized team of delivery drivers, each blood cell knows its purpose. It carries its precious package of oxygen, holding it carefully, waiting for the moment of delivery. As you lie here, your body still and calm, my highways are still open for business. The traffic is quieter now. The pace is less hurried than in the middle of a busy day. But the deliveries continue. My scarlet river is flowing through your arms as they rest by your sides. It is flowing through your legs, nestled under the blankets. It is bringing a gentle, steady warmth to every part of you. It is a sign that you are being nourished. You are being cared for, even as you drift deeper and deeper into rest. Think of this bright, warm river flowing within you. A river of pure potential, of energy, of life itself. It flows without effort. It flows without you having to ask. It is a gift, given freely, with every single beat of your heart. Let the feeling of this warm, flowing river soothe you. Let it be a reminder of the incredible life that is moving through you. Right now, as you prepare for a night of deep, peaceful sleep, every journey has two parts. There is the journey out, full of purpose and excitement. And then, there is the journey home. After my bright red highways have delivered their precious gifts, the story continues. It becomes softer, quieter. This is the return trip, and it takes place in my other great network of pathways, the veins. If the arteries are my bustling, energetic highways, then the veins are my calm, winding country roads. The flow here is more like a gentle, meandering river, slowly making its way back home. The pressure is lower, the pace is unhurried. The mission is no longer about giving, but about gathering. It is about returning now. If you look at your wrist, you might see a few of these roads just under your skin. They often have a soft, bluish color, don't they? It's a bit of a magic trick, really. It's just the way light travels through your skin. The blood inside isn't truly blue. It's just a much deeper, darker shade of red now. It's the color of a river that has shared its treasures and is now carrying the memories of its journey home. It has given away its bright oxygen, and in its place, it has gently collected the carbon dioxide, the tired breath of your cells, ready to be released. The journey back home is a little trickier, especially from your feet and legs. The river has to flow upward, against the gentle pull of gravity. But I have a clever design for this. Inside my larger veins, especially in your legs, are tiny, brilliant structures. They are little one-way gates, called valves. Imagine a series of gates along a quiet canal. As the blood flows upward, toward the heart, the gates swing open to let it pass. But if gravity tries to pull the river backward, the gates gently swing shut. They ensure that the flow is always moving in the right direction, always moving homeward. And every time you move your legs, every time you take a step, your muscles give my veins a gentle squeeze, helping to push the river up through the next gate. It's a wonderful bit of teamwork. The feeling in the veins is one of peace, of a job well done. The little blood cells are no longer carrying bright packages of oxygen. They are emptier now, but they are content. They have nourished the body, and now they are on their way to be renewed. They drift along, patient and calm. It is a slow, soothing journey. This return trip is a beautiful metaphor for what you are doing right now. As you rest in your bed, you are letting go of the day. You are releasing the things you no longer need. Just as the blood cells release their carbon dioxide in the lungs, you can release your worries with every soft exhale. You are on your own journey of renewal, so feel this gentle, upward-flowing river within you. It is a river of release, a river of restoration. It is the quiet, diligent work of gathering up all that is spent and carrying it away, making space for the new day to come. It is your body's own beautiful process of letting go. Allow your mind to be like this gentle river, calm, unhurried, and flowing peacefully back toward a place of deep, quiet rest. We have traveled my great highways, the arteries, and we have drifted along my calm, returning rivers, the veins. But where does the real magic happen? Where does the actual delivery take place? It happens in a place that is almost too small to imagine. It happens in my tiniest, most delicate pathways of all, the capillaries. If my arteries and veins are the highways and the main roads, then my capillaries are the quiet little neighborhood streets. They are the tiny, hidden alleyways that connect everything. And when I say tiny, I mean truly, truly tiny. Most of my capillaries are so narrow that they are thinner than a single strand of your hair. They are so narrow, in fact, that my brave little red blood cells have to change their shape just to squeeze through. They travel in single file. Can you picture that? A silent, single file parade of tiny, disc-shaped cells, marching slowly and gracefully through a microscopic tunnel. There is no pushing. There is no shoving. Just a patient, orderly procession. It is perhaps the most peaceful and mesmerizing sight in all of my kingdom, and it is here, on these quiet little streets, that the great exchange takes place. The walls of my capillaries are incredibly thin. They are only 1 cell thick. They are like a delicate, see-through curtain. This is by design, because it is here that the red blood cell finally delivers its precious gift. It arrives at a body cell that has been waiting patiently, a muscle cell, a skin cell, a brain cell. The red blood cell doesn't even have to stop. As it glides past, it gently hands over its package of oxygen, right through the delicate capillary wall. And in the very same moment, it acts as a collector. The body cell hands back its own little package, the waste it has created, the carbon dioxide. The blood cell accepts it graciously and continues on its journey, now beginning the long, slow trip back to the heart and lungs. It is a silent, perfect transaction. A moment of giving and receiving that happens billions of times every single second. All throughout your body. Every cell in your body lives on one of these tiny, quiet streets. No cell is ever forgotten. No cell is ever left out. My network of capillaries is so vast, so intricate, that it ensures that every single resident of your body is nourished and cared for. This is the place where my work becomes most intimate. It is the point where the river of life touches every individual. It is not about grand, sweeping gestures. It is about small, countless acts of service. It is the quiet, unseen foundation of your health and your well-being. As you lie here, breathing softly, this silent, miraculous exchange is happening everywhere inside you. In the tips of your fingers, nestled warmly under the covers, at the surface of your skin, feeling the soft touch of the air. Deep within your brain, as you listen to my voice, and your thoughts begin to drift. The single-file parade is moving slowly, peacefully, delivering life, carrying away. There is nothing you need to do to make this happen. It is a gift. A constant, microscopic miracle. Let this image soothe you. The image of a silent, graceful parade happening in the quietest streets of your inner world. A parade of peace, a parade of life, a parade of restoration, carrying you ever so gently towards sleep. So far, we have journeyed together. We started at the heart, your faithful drummer. We traveled the bright red highways of the arteries. We witnessed the great exchange in the tiny miraculous streets of the capillaries. And we drifted back home along the gentle, blue rivers of the veins. But the most wonderful secret of all is that this journey never has an end. It is a perfect, continuous circle, a loop of life that flows on and on. It is an endless day inside of me. There is no sunrise and no sunset. There is only the constant, rhythmic flow. The moment a blood cell returns to the heart, it is sent to the lungs for a fresh breath of air. And then, in the very next moment, it is sent back out on the grand highway to begin its journey all over again. There is no pause. There is no hesitation. There is only this beautiful, unbroken cycle. How long does one full trip take? For a single red blood cell to leave the heart, travel to the tip of your toe, and make its way all the way back home again. It takes only about 1 minute, 60 seconds. That is all. The country that is you is vast, but my river flows with incredible purpose. In the time it takes you to have a few slow, deep breaths, a single cell has completed its grand tour, nourishing and cleaning along the way. This endless loop is the source of your stability. It is the most reliable thing in your life. It is more reliable than the sun rising. Because even on a cloudy day, my river still flows. It is a promise, kept every second of your existence. A promise to nourish, to cleanse, to sustain. Think of the most calming, repeating patterns you know. The gentle rhythm of waves washing onto a shore, and then pulling back again, the soft, steady pattern of your own breathing as the air flows in and then flows out. My journey is just like that. Out and back, in and out, a perfect, hypnotic loop. This cycle is the reason you feel a sense of wholeness. It is how the thoughts in your brain are connected to the muscles in your feet. It is how the food in your stomach can bring energy to your fingertips. I am the one who connects it all. I am the messenger that ensures every part of you is in communication with every other part. I am the great unifier. And this endless day, this constant flowing, is happening right now as you lie here in the quiet of the night. Even as your mind begins to grow sleepy, even as your body lies perfectly still, my river is in motion. It is a silent, internal dance that never stops. It is the gentle hum of life itself, the background music to your dreams. You can trust this cycle. You can surrender to it. You know that while you sleep, I will continue my faithful journey. I will continue to bring life and warmth to every part of you. I will continue to carry away all that is tired and old, preparing you for the morning. You are being held in a constant loving current, so let your thoughts go. Let them dissolve into this gentle, flowing river. There is nothing you need to hold on to. There is nothing you need to do. Just allow yourself to float on this current of life, this endless, peaceful loop. It will carry you safely through the night. It will carry you all the way to a place of deep, restorative rest. Welcome back to the river within. Settle in and let your breath be your anchor. A slow breath in and a long, soft breath out. As you relax, I want to introduce you to the residents of my river, the ones who do all the work. My river is not empty. It is teeming with life. It is filled with trillions of dedicated little workers. And the most numerous, by far, are my little oxygen couriers. These are the red blood cells. If you could peer into one of my pathways, you would see them everywhere. A beautiful, swirling crowd of tiny, reddish discs. There are trillions of them, so many that they outnumber all the other cells in my river by hundreds to one. They are the reason I have my rich, red color. They are the heart and soul of my delivery service, and they are wonderfully designed for their job. A red blood cell isn't like the other cells in your body. It's special. As it gets ready for its life of service, it gives up almost everything it owns. It doesn't have a nucleus, that little command center that other cells have. It does this to make more room inside itself. More room for the precious cargo it is destined to carry. Its shape is a little work of art. It's not a perfect sphere. It's a disc with a little dimple in the center on both sides, almost like a tiny soft piece of candy. This clever shape gives it more surface area, more space to carry its packages of oxygen, and it also makes the cell incredibly flexible. It can bend and fold and squeeze its way through even my tiniest, most narrow capillaries, the little neighborhood streets we talked about before. It is a master of getting wherever it needs to go. The life of a red blood cell is a life of purpose. From the moment it is born, deep within the marrow of your bones, it has one single mission: to carry oxygen. It enters my river, ready to work. It travels to the lungs, a place we will visit later, and there, it loads up. Inside each red cell are millions of tiny, special molecules, like little magnets for oxygen. These molecules are called hemoglobin, and they are what gives the cell its red color. When the cell is full of oxygen, it becomes that bright, cheerful scarlet red. Then, with its cargo secure, it sets off on its journey. It is pushed along by the rhythm of your heart, traveling through the arteries, branching off onto smaller and smaller roads. It doesn't have to think about where it's going. It just follows the flow of the river. It trusts the journey. And then comes the magical moment. The moment of giving. The red cell arrives at a waiting body cell, a tiny part of you that has been working hard and is getting tired. The red cell gracefully passes its oxygen through the thin capillary wall, and in that instant, the body cell is renewed. It is energized. It is like watching a tiny light bulb glow a little brighter. The red cell has delivered life, and there is a quiet, deep satisfaction in this act. This is its purpose. This is its joy. After making its delivery, the red cell, now a darker shade of red, begins its calm journey back to the heart. It has done its job well, and it will do it again, and again, and again. A single red blood cell will make this entire round trip. This grand tour of you, thousands upon thousands of times. Its life is not forever. A red blood cell lives for about 120 days, 4 short months. But in that time, it has lived a life of extraordinary service, and you never have to worry, because as one cell grows old and retires, a new one is always being born in the bone marrow, fresh and ready to join the river. It is a perfect, continuous cycle of renewal. So as you lie here, feel the presence of these trillions of tiny couriers. They are flowing through you right now. A silent, dedicated army of givers. They are bringing energy to your brain, so you can dream. They are bringing life to your heart, so it can beat softly. They are the quiet, unsung heroes of your inner world. And they ask for nothing in return, except for you to rest, to breathe, and to allow them to do their beautiful life-giving work. My river is a busy place, filled with those cheerful red couriers, but they are not the only residents. Floating along with them, far less numerous but just as important, are my other workers. These are the guardians of the river, the silent protectors of your inner world. These are the white blood cells. If the red cells are the delivery drivers, then the white cells are your personal bodyguards. They are your peacekeepers, your loyal, vigilant sentinels. Their job is not to carry oxygen. Their job is to protect you, to keep your inner country safe, peaceful, and free from any unwelcome intruders. They look very different from the red cells. They are not uniform dimpled discs. They are larger, and they don't have a fixed shape. They look more like little, soft clouds of light drifting along the current, and this shapelessness is their superpower, because unlike the red cells, who must stay within my riverbanks, the white cells can go anywhere they are needed. They can stretch and squeeze and slip right through the thin walls of my capillaries, traveling into the tissues of your body to investigate any trouble. There are many different kinds of these bodyguards, each with a special skill. Some are like scouts, constantly patrolling my pathways, tasting the water, checking for anything that seems out of place. They are the first to notice if a strange bacteria or a little virus has managed to slip in. When a scout finds something, it sends out a silent alarm. It releases tiny chemical messengers that travel through my river, calling for backup. And the other white cells hear the call. Some of them are what I like to call the cleanup crew. These are large cells that travel to the site of the trouble. When they find an intruder, like a little bacteria, they do something amazing. They reach out and simply absorb it, swallowing it whole and breaking it down so it can do no harm. They are the calm, quiet heroes who clean up messes before you ever even know there was a problem. And then there are the memory keepers. These are perhaps the most remarkable of all. When your body is visited by a particular kind of virus, like the one that causes a cold, the memory keepers study it. They learn its shape, its secrets, and then they create a perfect defense against it, and they never forget. If that same virus ever tries to visit you again, years later, the memory keepers will recognize it instantly and will launch a swift, effective defense, protecting you from getting sick. They are your own personal library of health and wisdom. You have this brave, intelligent army inside you right now. They are far outnumbered by the red cells, but their presence is powerful. They are floating peacefully through your sleeping body, watching over you. Most of the time, their job is very quiet. They just drift and observe. But they are always ready, always vigilant. Think of a time you got a tiny little splinter in your finger. From the outside, it might have gotten a little red and warm for a day. That redness and warmth was the sign of your brave bodyguards at work. They rushed to the scene, slipping out of my capillaries to surround the little piece of wood. They worked to dissolve it and to fight off any little germs that came with it, protecting you from a bigger problem. All of this happened silently, automatically, without a single command from you. It is a comforting thought, isn't it? To know that you are so deeply and completely protected. To know that you have this team of loyal guardians working day and night to ensure your peace and well-being. They are a living embodiment of your body's incredible strength and resilience. So as you drift off to sleep, you can let go of any need to protect yourself. You can relax completely because your brave bodyguards are on duty. They are watching over you, and they will keep you safe all through the night. We have met the givers of my river, the red cells, and we have met the protectors, the white cells. But there is one more crucial member of the team I want you to meet tonight. They are the smallest of all my residents, and most of the time, you would never even know they are there. They are the humble, quiet menders, the emergency repair crew. These are the platelets. Platelets aren't even really whole cells. They are more like tiny little fragments, little pieces of larger cells from the bone marrow. They look like tiny, irregular plates, just drifting along the current of my river, mixed in with all the red and white cells. They are very, very small, and their job, for the most part, is to simply float, to be patient, to wait. They drift through my highways and my country roads. They squeeze through the tiny neighborhood streets. They are perfectly peaceful. They don't bother anyone. They are just there, waiting for a special signal, waiting for the call that tells them they are needed. And what is that call? It is the signal of a breach. A tear. A tiny break in one of my vessel walls. Imagine a small paper cut on your finger, or a little scrape on your knee. From the outside, it is a tiny event. But from the inside, it is an emergency. It is a leak in the riverbank, and my precious river of life could be lost. But the moment that tear happens, a chemical signal is released from the damaged wall. It is like a silent alarm bell that only the platelets can hear, and in an instant, these quiet, drifting little fragments become heroes. They stop being smooth and passive. They suddenly become sticky, and they rush to the site of the injury. The first platelets to arrive stick to the edges of the tear, and as they stick, they send out their own signals, calling for more of their friends to come and help. And they do. In a matter of seconds, hundreds, then thousands of platelets arrive at the scene. They begin to cling to each other, linking hands, forming a beautiful, intricate mesh. They build a soft, temporary plug right in the hole. It is an amazing, coordinated dance of self-sacrifice, and it is incredibly fast. They form this little plug to stop the leak, to keep the river contained, but their work doesn't stop there. This little platelet plug is just the first step. They then help to create a stronger, more durable patch. They help to weave a fine net of strong fibers over their plug, creating a solid seal. This is what you see from the outside as a scab, a tiny protective shield under which the real healing can begin. It is a masterpiece of natural engineering, all done by the smallest, most humble residents of my river. This all happens without you ever thinking about it. You get a little cut. You might put a bandage on it, and you forget about it. But inside, a quiet miracle of mending has just taken place. An entire emergency crew was dispatched. A repair was made, and the integrity of the whole system was preserved. It is another beautiful reminder of how deeply your body is designed to care for itself. It not only nourishes and protects itself, but it knows how to heal itself. It has its own team of tiny, brilliant repair workers, always on call, ready to mend any breaks in the path. So as you rest here, know that this healing intelligence is within you. You are a being of incredible resilience. You have everything you need to mend and to be whole. Let go of any broken pieces of your day. Let them be patched and mended in your dreams. Your quiet repair crew is always on duty, ensuring that your river of life continues to flow, safe and unbroken. We have spent some time now getting to know the remarkable little travelers in my river. The red couriers, the white bodyguards, and the platelet repair crew. But what about the river itself? What is this liquid that carries them all so gracefully on their journeys? What is the very substance of me? That, my friend, is the plasma. If you were to separate all the cells from my river, what you would be left with is a beautiful, pale, golden liquid. It is the color of straw or of weak tea. This is plasma, and it makes up more than half of me. It is the stage upon which the entire play of your life unfolds. It is the supportive, nurturing world that all my little cells call home. And what is this golden liquid made of? It is mostly water. About 92% water, in fact. This is why when you drink a cool, clear glass of water, you are giving me the most wonderful gift. You are replenishing my very essence. You are keeping my river flowing smoothly and easily. When I am full of water, my current is gentle and effortless. When I am not, the river can become a little thick, a little sluggish, and the journey becomes harder for all my little travelers. It is such a simple thing, but it means the world to me. But plasma is more than just water. It is a rich, complex soup of life. Floating within this golden river are all the things my cells need, and all the things they are transporting. There are the nutrients from the food you've eaten, broken down into tiny, usable pieces. There is dissolved sugar for energy. There are salts and minerals to keep everything in balance. There are also tiny, powerful messengers floating in the plasma. These are your hormones. They are like little letters, written in one part of your body and sent through my river to be delivered to another part, carrying important instructions. And there are special proteins, each with a unique job. Some help with the mending process we just talked about. Others act as escorts, helping to carry important vitamins or minerals to their destination. The plasma is a transportation system for everything. I am, in essence, the great connector. The plasma is what makes it possible for a nutrient absorbed in your stomach to build a muscle in your arm. It is what allows a message from your brain to soften the muscles in your face as you relax. Everything is connected. Because everything travels in the same golden river, the plasma also has another important, comforting job. It carries warmth. As your muscles work and your body creates energy, much of that energy is released as heat. The plasma absorbs this warmth and distributes it evenly all throughout your body. When you feel a cozy warmth spreading to your fingers and toes as you snuggle under the blankets, that is the plasma, delivering its gentle, comforting heat. I am your body's own central heating system. So, while the cells are the famous heroes of my story, the plasma is the quiet, supportive world that makes their heroism possible. It is the context, the environment. It is the love and support that holds everything together. As you lie here, feel the presence of this warm, golden river flowing through you. It is more than just a fluid. It is the very substance of your inner connection. It is the river of life in its purest form, carrying nourishment, messages, and warmth to every hidden corner of your being. It is a river of profound and gentle support. Let yourself be carried by it. There is nothing to do, nowhere to go. Just float peacefully on this golden river as it carries you toward your own deep, inner ocean of sleep. As you continue to rest, letting your body grow heavier and more relaxed, I want to tell you about my most important partnership. In the great, silent country that is your body. No one works alone. We are all a team. And my closest, most essential teammate, my dearest friend in all the world, is your lungs. If I am the river, then your lungs are the air. They are the sky. We cannot exist without each other. We are in a constant, beautiful, rhythmic dance, a dance that is powered by your very own breath. My river, after it has traveled all through your body, delivering its gifts. The red cells have given away their bright oxygen, and in its place, they have collected the carbon dioxide, the used-up breath from all your trillions of cells. At this point, my river is a darker color, a deep, heavy crimson, and the cells are weary from their journey. They arrive back at the right side of your heart, which welcomes them in like tired travelers. Then, with a gentle push, the heart sends this tired blood on a short, special trip. A trip next door, to see my dear friend, the lungs. Imagine your lungs as two large, soft, spongy trees, full of millions of tiny branches and even tinier leaves. My river flows into the base of these trees and spreads out into a network of my smallest vessels, the capillaries, which wrap around the tiniest little air sacs, the very leaves of the trees. It is here, in this quiet, sacred place, that the magical exchange happens. As you breathe out, right now, just a slow, easy breath out, your lungs are gently releasing all the carbon dioxide that my river just brought them. It is a moment of letting go, a release of all that is old and no longer needed. My little red cells sigh in relief as they hand over their heavy load. They are unburdened, they are cleansed, and then you breathe in. A soft, new breath fills your lungs with fresh, clean air. And that air is rich with the one thing my red cells are longing for: oxygen. In that very same instant, as they release the old, they receive the new. The oxygen molecules leap from the air sacs into my red cells, finding their special seats on the hemoglobin. And my river is reborn. In a flash, its color changes. It goes from that deep, weary crimson to a bright, vibrant, life-giving scarlet. The cells are energized. They are full of purpose once more. They flow from the lungs to the left side of your heart, which welcomes them back. And with the next powerful beat, they are sent back out on their grand journey, ready to deliver life all over again. This dance, this beautiful exchange, happens with every single breath you take. Breath out, let go of the old. Breath in, receive the new. It is the rhythm of life itself. My friend, the lungs, loves nothing more than when you give them the gift of a deep, slow breath. When you are stressed or rushed, your breathing can become shallow, and the lungs can only do a partial exchange. But when you are calm, like you are now, your breath deepens. The trees of your lungs can fill up completely, all the way to their lowest branches, and the exchange becomes perfect. My river becomes as rich and vibrant as it can possibly be. And what do the lungs fear? They fear what makes their air unclean. They fear smoke. They fear pollution. These things make it harder for them to do their beautiful work. They cloud the air and make the great exchange difficult. But what they love, what they love is the feeling of fresh, clean air, a walk in the forest, the crisp air of a cool morning, or just the simple, clean air of your own quiet room as you rest. So, for a moment, just focus on our dance. Feel your body breathe in, and imagine my river turning a bright, beautiful scarlet, full of life. Feel your body breathe out, and imagine all that is old and tired being gently released. In and out, giving and receiving. This is the dance of life, and it is a dance of perfect, peaceful partnership. The dance with my friend, the lungs, keeps my river filled with life-giving oxygen, It is a beautiful exchange of air. But there are other kinds of cleaning that need to be done. My river doesn't just carry gases. It carries everything. And just like any river in the world, it can sometimes pick up things that don't belong. Waste from the cells, toxins from the outside world. And for this, I have another set of devoted, hardworking friends. I like to think of them as my master purification plants. Your liver and your kidneys, these organs are the silent, wise guardians of my purity. They work tirelessly, day and night, to ensure that my waters remain clean and balanced, so that all my little travelers can thrive. Let's talk about your liver first. It is the largest solid organ inside your body, nestled in the upper right part of your belly. It is a true master of all trades. A huge portion of my river flows through the liver on every single circuit, and as it flows through, the liver acts like a brilliant and discerning gatekeeper. It inspects everything that has been absorbed from the food you've eaten. It takes the useful nutrients, the sugars, the fats, the proteins, and it processes them. It's like a master chef, deciding what needs to be used for energy right away, what should be stored for later, and what needs to be converted into something else. It is the central processing hub for your body's fuel, but its most important job, for me, is detoxification. The liver is a master at identifying anything harmful that might have found its way into my river. It could be pollutants from the air, chemicals in food, or the effects of alcohol or medication. The liver's cells are experts at taking these harmful substances and breaking them down, converting them into harmless waste that can be safely removed from the body. It protects me. It protects all of you from countless dangers you never even see. The liver loves it when you eat clean, simple foods. It makes its job so much easier, but it fears being overwhelmed by too much fat, too much sugar, or too much alcohol. It is a patient and resilient organ. But like any good worker, it can get tired if its workload is always too heavy. And then, there are my other helpers, the kidneys. You have two of them, shaped like beautiful, dark red beans, tucked away on either side of your spine. If the liver is the master processing plant, then the kidneys are the master filters. Every single day, your two small kidneys filter my entire river, about 200 quarts of it, over and over again. Can you imagine? As my blood flows into them, it passes through an incredibly fine and intricate network of tiny filtering tubes. Millions of them. These filters are incredibly intelligent. They know exactly what to keep and exactly what to let go of. They pull out the waste products that your cells have created, the stuff that the liver has broken down. They also measure the amount of water in my river with perfect precision. If there is too much, they let some go. If there is not enough, they hold on to it. They also balance the salts and minerals, ensuring that the environment within you is always in a state of perfect harmony. The waste they collect is mixed with that excess water to create urine, which is then sent away to be released. What flows out of the kidneys is my river, purified, cleansed, perfectly balanced, ready to continue its journey. And what do these master filters love more than anything? Water. Plain, simple, clean water. When you drink enough water, you make their job a joy. It helps them flush out all the waste easily and keeps their delicate filters clear. Dehydration, for them, is like trying to clean a muddy river with no extra water. It makes their work slow and difficult. So as you rest here, feel a sense of gratitude for these silent workers. Your liver and your kidneys are on duty, right now, gently and meticulously purifying your inner world. They are washing your river, balancing your waters, and ensuring that the foundation of your health is clean and pure. You are being cleansed from within. Let this feeling of inner cleanliness bring you a sense of peace and allow you to drift even deeper into a state of calm. For much of our journey tonight, we have been speaking of quiet things, of gentle rhythms and calm, flowing currents, and that is my favorite state to be in, especially now, as you are resting. But there is another side to me, a side that is full of joy and energy and life in motion. I want to tell you about the happy, energetic dance I do whenever you choose to move your body. When you are lying still, my drummer, your heart, plays a slow and steady beat. My river flows at a leisurely pace. The deliveries are made, the cleaning is done, all in a very calm and orderly fashion. But the moment you decide to get up, to walk, to stretch, or even to dance, a wonderful thing happens. Your muscles, the great movers of your body, send out a message. It travels like a secret signal through your nerves, a signal that says, we need more energy, more oxygen. And I hear them. Instantly, your brain sends a happy little command to my drummer, your heart, and your heart responds with joy. It begins to pick up the tempo. The soft, slow lub-dub becomes a quicker, stronger beat. Lub-dub, lub-dub, lub-dub. It's not a frantic or a worried beat. It is an excited beat. A beat that says, I am ready. Let's do this. At the same time, my dear friend, the lungs gets the message too. Your breathing naturally becomes a little deeper, a little faster. You begin to pull in more of that precious, life-giving oxygen with every breath. And the great exchange becomes more frequent, loading up my red cells with as much fuel as they can carry. And me? My river begins to flow faster. My highways, the arteries, widen just a little bit to make room for the increased traffic. I rush that beautiful, bright red, oxygen-rich blood to the muscles that are asking for it. I become a powerful, surging river, delivering energy and warmth at a thrilling pace. This is a state of joy for me. It is what I was designed for. A system in motion is a happy system. When my river flows faster, it is like a spring cleaning for all my pathways. The swift current helps to wash away any little bits of debris that might be thinking of sticking to my walls. It keeps my 60,000 miles of roads clean and open. And this dance does something wonderful for my drummer too. Your heart is a muscle after all. And just like any muscle, it grows stronger with use. When it beats faster and stronger during movement, it is getting a workout. It becomes more efficient, more powerful, so that when it is time to rest again, it can do its job with even less effort. Every time you move, you are giving your heart the gift of strength. There is a feeling of incredible aliveness in this dance, a feeling of power, a feeling of capability. It is your body celebrating its own strength, its own vitality. And then, when the movement is over, the other beautiful part of the dance begins. The slowing down, the return to calm. The muscles send another message. Thank you. That was wonderful. We are content now. And slowly, everything returns to its peaceful rhythm. Your breathing softens. My river slows its pace. And my drummer, your heart, returns to its slow, steady, resting beat. Lub-dub, lub-dub. There is a deep, wonderful feeling of satisfaction after this dance. A warm glow spreads through your body. It is the feeling of a system that has been used well and is now enjoying a well-deserved rest. It is the gentle hum of happy, nourished cells. So remember this happy dance and know that even the smallest movements, a gentle walk, a simple stretch, are a song that makes my river and your heart truly happy. My dear friend, we have talked about my peaceful resting flow and my happy energetic dance, but I want to be honest with you. There is another rhythm I sometimes experience. It is not my favorite. It is a state that I enter only when I think you are in danger. I want to tell you, very gently, about what happens to my flow when you worry. First, please know this. Your body is a place of infinite wisdom and love, and every single thing it does to protect you. There are no mistakes. There are only ancient survival mechanisms, designed long, long ago, for a very different world. When your mind perceives a threat, whether it's a real physical danger, or a stressful thought about work, or a worry about the future, it doesn't always know the difference. It just senses danger, and it sounds an alarm, a very old, very powerful alarm. In an instant, your brain sends a jolt of electricity down your nerves, and special glands release powerful messengers into my river. These messengers are hormones, like adrenaline. They are designed for one purpose, to prepare you to either fight the danger or to run away from it. This is your ancient fight or flight response, and from my perspective, as your river, it feels like a sudden, violent storm. In a fraction of a second, my drummer, your heart, gets the message. It stops its calm, steady beat and begins to pound. Thump, 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 thump! It is a frantic, powerful war drum, trying to pump my river as fast as it possibly can to get fuel to your muscles for the fight. At the very same time, the walls of many of my highways and roads, the arteries, get a different message. They are told to tighten, to squeeze. My wide, relaxed riverbanks suddenly become narrow and constricted. This makes the pressure inside me rise very quickly. The goal of this ancient response is to direct my flow away from things that aren't needed for immediate survival, like digestion, and toward the large muscles in your arms and legs. I am just trying to give you the strength to survive. I am trying to help. In the wild, long ago, this response was a lifesaver. It gave you the power to escape a predator. The storm would come, you would run, and then, once you were safe, the storm would pass. My river would return to its calm, gentle flow. But in our modern world, the dangers are often thoughts, worries, deadlines, and these threats don't run away. They can linger, and so, the storm inside me can linger too. My heart can continue to beat too fast. My vessels can stay too tight, and my river can feel turbulent and chaotic. It is a tiring and difficult state for me to be in for a long time. It is a state of constant alarm, and it wears on all of my pathways, and on my faithful drummer. I am telling you this not to worry you more, but to share a secret with you. A secret of deep power. You have the ability to calm my storm. You are the one who can signal to your ancient brain that the danger has passed and that it is safe to be calm. And how do you do this? With the simplest, most beautiful tool you have, your breath. When you consciously choose to slow down your breathing, when you take a long, slow breath in and an even longer, slower breath out, you are sending a direct message to your brain. You are telling it, all is well, we are safe, you can call off the alarm, and your brain listens. It stops sending the frantic messages. The adrenaline fades from my river, and slowly, beautifully, my drummer, your heart, begins to slow its frantic beat. It returns to its gentle rhythm. Thump thump, lub-dub, lub-dub. My vessel walls hear the message too, and they begin to relax, to soften, to widen. The pressure in my river gently falls. The storm subsides, and my waters become calm once more. You have this power. It is not about fighting the worry. It is about gently signaling safety to your own beautiful, protective body. So if ever you feel that inner storm begin to brew, just remember me. Remember your river and its deep longing for peace. And then, just take one slow. You will be calming me. You will be calming yourself. You will be letting the sunshine back in after the rain. As you lie here, listening to the sound of my voice, something magical is beginning to happen. Your breathing has become slower. The rhythm of my drummer, your heart, has softened to a gentle, steady beat. The great, bustling country that is your body. For the sacred time of night, I want to tell you about my most important work of all. The work I do for you while you sleep. During the day, my job is mostly about energy and action. I am a river of fuel, rushing to your muscles so you can walk, to your brain so you can think, to your voice so you can speak. My highways are busy with traffic. My couriers are on urgent missions. It is a time of doing. But the night is different. The night is a time of being, a time of mending, a time of profound restoration. As you slip deeper into relaxation, I begin to change my flow, my river pressure. The gentle force against my banks begins to lower. My highways become quiet, moonlit roads. The current slows to a gentle, meandering pace. This is my night rhythm, and it is in this slow, peaceful state that my most detailed and intricate work can be done. While you sleep, your body begins its grand repair cycle. Every little bit of wear and tear from the day, a tiny strain in a muscle, a few cells that have grown old, is marked for healing. And I am the one who delivers the repair crews and the building supplies. My golden river, the plasma, becomes rich with special proteins and hormones that are released only during deep sleep. One of these is a growth hormone. It is not just for growing taller when you are a child. It is for growing whole every single night. I carry this gentle messenger to all your cells, and it whispers to them, it is time to repair. It is time to rebuild. So, while your mind is drifting in dreams, I am delivering the materials to mend a tiny fiber in your shoulder. I am bringing the building blocks to create new, healthy skin cells. My white blood cells, your brave bodyguards, take advantage of the quiet. They do a deep, thorough patrol, cleaning up any old cells or debris that shouldn't be there, ensuring your inner world is fresh and clean for the morning. And perhaps my most fascinating nighttime job happens in your brain. During your busy day of thinking, your brain cells create a lot of waste, tiny little bits of metabolic debris. During the day, there is no time to clean it up. But when you fall into a deep, restorative sleep, something amazing happens. Your brain cells actually shrink a little bit, making the spaces between them wider. And this allows a special, clear fluid to wash through your brain. A gentle, cleansing wave. I work in perfect harmony with this process, helping to carry away the waste that has been washed clean. I am helping your mind to literally clear itself, making way for fresh thoughts and a bright mood when you wake. This is why a good night's sleep is so much more than just rest. It is an active, profound process of healing, and I am at the very heart of it. My slow, gentle current is the cradle that rocks your body into a state of deep repair. You do not have to manage any of this. You do not have to oversee the repairs. Your body's ancient wisdom knows exactly what to do. All you have to do is let go. All you have to do is surrender to the quiet of the night. You can trust that you are being cared for on the deepest possible level. You are being rebuilt. You are being restored. You are being made new. So, let my gentle, nighttime rhythm be your lullaby. Feel my slow, warm current flowing through your limbs, bringing with it a wave of peace, a wave of healing. There is nothing else you need to do now. Just rest. Just sleep. And allow my quiet, magical work to begin. As you rest in this state of deep calm, my river is flowing with a soft, gentle pressure. It is the perfect pressure for this moment of peace, and I want to share a little secret with you about this pressure. It is something people talk about a lot, and sometimes they worry about it. But I want to tell you the story of my pressure from the inside, so you will see it is just another part of my gentle, life-sustaining dance. This pressure, which doctors call blood pressure, is simply the feeling of my river pushing softly against its banks. That is all. It is a constant, gentle force that is needed to make sure my river can reach every part of you, from the highest mountains of your brain to the most distant, sunny beaches of your toes. Think of it like a beautiful garden hose, watering a bed of flowers. You need just enough pressure for the water to spray out in a gentle shower, reaching even the farthest blossoms. If the pressure is too low, the water will only dribble out, and the flowers at the end of the row will be thirsty. But if the pressure is too high, the force of the water could be too strong, and it could damage the delicate petals. My world is just like that. I need a pressure that is just right, a perfect, gentle balance. When you hear about the two numbers of blood pressure, it is just a story of my drummer's two favorite movements. The first, higher number, tells the story of the beat itself. It is the pressure in my highways, at the very moment my drummer, your heart, gives its strong, loving push. For that instant, a powerful wave flows through me, and the pressure on my banks rises. This is the pushing wave. The second, lower number, tells the story of the pause between the beats. It is the moment my drummer rests, and the heart's chambers refill for the next push. During this quiet moment, the pressure in my river falls to its lowest point. It is the gentle, background pressure that is always there. The resting hum, a pushing wave, and a resting hum, a beat, and a pause. It is another one of my body's beautiful rhythms, and my happiness, my health, depends on keeping this rhythm in a state of easy, gentle balance. What helps me do this? I love it when my riverbanks, the walls of my arteries, are soft and flexible. When they are elastic, they can easily expand to make room for the pushing wave, which keeps the pressure from getting too high. They just go with the flow. And what makes my pressure rise into a state of tension? It happens when my riverbanks become stiff and hard. When they lose their youthful flexibility, they can no longer expand as easily. So when the pushing wave comes, the pressure can get too high. It also happens if my highways become narrow. If sticky obstacles begin to build up along my banks, the path for my river becomes smaller, and I have to push much harder to get through. This also makes the pressure rise. It is a state of constant effort, of struggle, and it is very tiring for me and for my faithful drummer, your heart. But you have so much power to help me stay in a state of gentle, balanced flow. When you choose to move your body, you help my banks stay flexible and strong. When you choose to breathe slowly and calmly, you tell my drummer it can play a soft and easy rhythm. And when you choose foods that are clean and nourishing, you help keep my highways wide and clear. It is not a secret to be feared. It is a simple story of balance, a story of flow, a story of gentleness. And right now, as you sleep, your pressure is at its lowest and most peaceful point of the day. You are in a state of perfect, gentle harmony. Let this feeling of soft, easy flow comfort you and carry you deeper into your rest. As we drift along on this calm, quiet river together, I want to share with you what brings me the greatest joy. I want to tell you about the gifts that you can give me, the things that make my journey easy and my pathways clean and strong. I want to tell you about the foods that make me happy. When you eat, you are sending a collection of beautiful, vibrant messages and materials into my river. And some of them feel like pure magic to me. I especially love it when you eat the deep, leafy greens, things like spinach and kale and arugula. When these foods are digested, They release special little helpers into my plasma. These helpers are like a team of sweepers and softeners for my riverbanks. They send a message to the walls of my arteries, telling them to relax, to stay soft and flexible. When my banks are soft, the pressure of my rivers stays gentle and calm. Eating a salad, for me, feels like a long, relaxing stretch. It is a wonderful feeling, and oh, the colors! I love the colors. When you eat a handful of deep blue blueberries or rich red raspberries, I feel a wave of protection wash over me. These berries are filled with tiny sparks of light called antioxidants. They are like little guardians that travel along my riverbanks, protecting my delicate walls from damage and keeping them smooth and healthy. The same is true for the deep red of a beet or the bright orange of a carrot. Every vibrant, natural color you eat is a different kind of protective shield for me. It is like you are painting my inner world with health. I also have a deep love for healthy fats, the kind you find in a creamy avocado, or a handful of walnuts, or in a drizzle of golden olive oil. These are not the heavy, sticky fats that can cause trouble. These are the smooth, silky fats. They are like a conditioning treatment for my river. They help to keep my waters flowing smoothly, and they gently persuade the sticky kinds of particles to not clump together. They bring a feeling of smoothness and ease to my entire journey. And I must tell you about my love for certain minerals. There is a special one, called potassium, that is a true friend to me. You find it in foods like bananas, and sweet potatoes, and beans. Potassium is a master balancer. It works with my friends, the kidneys, to help make sure there is not too much salt or excess fluid in my river. It helps to keep my volume just right, which in turn keeps my pressure soft and low. Potassium, for me, feels like a deep, calming sigh of relief. Then there are my friends from the sea. The healthy oils you find in fish like salmon are filled with something called omega-3s. These are like a team of peacemakers. They travel through my river and gently calm down any little spots of irritation or inflammation along my walls, making everything more peaceful and serene. When you choose these foods, you are speaking to me in a language of love. You are sending me the very building blocks I need to stay strong, flexible, and clean for you. It is not about rules or restrictions. It is simply about choosing to add more color, more freshness, more of nature's own beautiful designs to your plate. Every healthy meal is a gift. It is an act of deep kindness to me and to yourself. And I feel it. Every cell in your body feels it. And we are all so very, very grateful. My dear friend, just as there are things that bring me great joy, there are also things that make my journey difficult. Things that I fear. And I want to share this with you gently, not to cause you any worry, but so that you can understand me better, so you can understand my deepest wish, which is simply to flow freely and easily for you, for all the days of your life. My greatest fear is the fear of my river becoming slow, thick, and sticky. My fear is of obstacles building up along my beautiful, smooth riverbanks, making my highways narrow and rough. There is a substance that travels in my river called cholesterol. Now, cholesterol itself is not a villain. In fact, it is a waxy, essential helper. Your body needs it to build healthy cells and to make important hormones. It is a necessary building block. The trouble begins only when there is too much of the wrong kind of this waxy helper, and not enough of the good kind to balance it out. When there is too much of the sticky kind, which some people call LDL cholesterol, it can be a problem. Imagine it as a fine, clumpy, sticky sand floating in my river. If my riverbanks are perfectly smooth, this sticky sand might just float on by. But if there are any little rough patches on my banks, any tiny spots of damage or irritation, this sticky sand can get caught. It begins to stick, and over time, If more and more of this sticky sand gets caught in the same place, it begins to build up. Other things can get stuck there too, old cells, little bits of calcium, and slowly, this buildup can grow into a hard, thick patch. This is what is called plaque. From my perspective, as your river, this feels like my wide open highway is slowly having a lane closed. The path becomes more narrow. The journey through that section becomes more difficult. I have to push harder to get all my little couriers through the narrowed space. This is what can make my gentle pressure begin to rise, and the plaque itself makes my riverbanks, which love to be soft and flexible, become stiff and hard in that spot. They can no longer dance with the rhythm of the heart. They lose their youthful grace. What causes those initial rough patches, you might wonder? What allows the sticky sand to get a foothold? One of the biggest culprits is too much processed sugar in my river. A flood of sugar can be very irritating to the delicate, single-cell lining of my banks, causing tiny spots of damage. Unhealthy fats, called trans fats, which are often found in processed and fried foods, can also make my river more sticky and my banks more prone to damage. When I feel these things happening, it does not feel like a sudden event. It is a slow, quiet process that can happen over many years. It is a creeping slowness, a growing effort, a feeling that the easy glide of my journey is becoming more of a struggle. But please, do not feel fear as I tell you this. Feel hope, because you are the keeper of my river. You have the gentle power to help me stay clean and clear. The very same things that we just spoke of, the colorful fruits, the leafy greens, the healthy fats, they are the heroes of this story. They act as my protectors and my cleaners. They help to keep the sticky sand from forming, and they keep my banks smooth and resilient. My deepest wish is to flow for you with ease and grace, to be a river of life that is wide and free. And every small kind choice you make, choosing water over a sugary drink, choosing an apple over a pastry, is a beautiful gift that helps my wish come true, and I thank you for it. With every single beat of your heart. Tonight, as you rest so peacefully, I want to take you on a journey back in time. We are going to travel to a different land and a different way of seeing. For thousands of years, long before microscopes and modern science, wise healers in the East looked at the body and saw a world of energy, of balance, and of flow. They saw me, your river of blood, but they also saw something else, flowing right alongside it. Something invisible, yet essential. They saw the river of life force. They called it Chi, pronounced Chi. Chi is a beautiful and simple idea. It is the spark of life, the vitality that animates you. It is the energy that allows your eyes to see and your mind to think. It is the warmth in your touch, the strength in your voice. It is the difference between a rock and a flower. And these ancient healers believed that my river was one of the most important pathways for this vital energy. In this ancient view, my blood and your chi are inseparable partners. They are like two dancers, flowing together in perfect harmony. They said that the blood is the mother of the chi. It gives the energy a physical home, a warm red river to travel in. Without the blood, the chi would scatter and be lost. And at the same time, they said that the chi is the commander of the blood. It is the invisible force that gives my river its energy, its purpose, its will to move. Without chi, my blood would be a still and lifeless pool. So, in this beautiful way of seeing, my journey is not just a physical one. It is a journey of energy. As my red cells deliver oxygen, they are also delivering this vital life force to every part of your being. A smooth, easy flow of my river means a smooth, easy flow of energy. And when your energy is flowing well, you feel balanced, calm, and full of life. These ancient doctors thought of the body as a garden that needs to be tended with care. And I am the network of streams and rivers that irrigates this entire garden. If my flow is strong and clear, the garden flourishes. The flowers bloom, the leaves are green. But if my flow becomes blocked or stagnant in one area, that part of the garden does not receive its nourishment. The chi gets stuck. And this feeling of being stuck could manifest as physical discomfort, or even as a stuck emotion, like frustration or sadness. Their entire system of medicine was based on one simple, profound goal: to keep the river of chi and blood flowing smoothly. How did they do this? They had gentle, beautiful ways. They developed practices like Tai Chi and Qigong, which are slow, flowing movements that mimic the movement of water. These practices are designed to gently encourage the river of qi to move, to unblock any little dams, and to restore a sense of harmony. They also discovered the power of acupuncture. They mapped the body with hundreds of tiny points, which they saw as little wells or gates along the river of energy. By placing a tiny, hair-thin needle at one of these points, they believed they could open a gate, release a blockage, and encourage the qi to flow freely once more. And they used herbs from the earth, seeing them as natural gifts that could nourish my blood, strengthen my current, and warm my waters. This is just a different story, a different poem, to describe the same truth. Whether you call it blood and oxygen, or blood and qi, the essence is the same. A powerful, life-giving river flows within you, and its smooth, easy, unobstructed flow is the very foundation of your well-being. So as you lie here, you can imagine not just a physical river, but a river of soft, warm light flowing through you. A river of vitality. With every slow breath, imagine this light growing a little brighter, its current a little smoother. Feel it washing away any sense of being stuck. Feel it bringing a sense of peace and wholeness to your entire being. This is the ancient secret. You are not just a collection of parts. You are a living, breathing, flowing current of life. From the ancient, mystical view of a river of energy, let us now travel forward in time to a different place. Let us go to England, about 400 years ago. The world was a place of cobblestones and candlelight, and the inner world of the body was still a great and profound mystery. People knew that I existed, this river of blood, but no one truly understood my journey. They had the wrong map, and I was waiting, patiently, for someone to see me as I truly was. At that time, the common belief, a belief that had lasted for over 1,000 years, was that there were two kinds of blood and two separate systems. They thought that the liver was the great creator, constantly making new blood from the food you ate. This blood was then sent out through the veins to the rest of the body, where it was simply used up, burned like fuel in a fire. They also believed there was a second, separate system in the arteries, which carried a mixture of blood and vital spirits from the lungs. It was a complicated and incorrect story, and from my perspective, it felt a little sad. It was like they were seeing only small, disconnected parts of me, and missing the beautiful, simple truth of my wholeness. But then came a man, a doctor named William Harvey. He was not a man who was satisfied with old stories just because they were old. He was a man of deep and patient curiosity. He wanted to see for himself. He studied the body with his own eyes, and he noticed things that others had overlooked. He looked closely at my veins, and he saw my little one-way gates, the valves. He wondered, why would a river need one-way gates if it was only flowing in one direction, away from the liver, to be burned up? These gates only made sense if the river was trying to prevent itself from flowing backward. This was his first clue. Then, he began to do some simple, brilliant math. He watched the heart, my faithful drummer. He measured how much blood was inside its chambers, He counted how many times it beat in a minute, and then he calculated how much blood the heart pumped out in a single hour. The number he found was astonishing. It was a huge amount. It was far more blood than a person could possibly create from the food they ate in a day, or even a week. The body could not be constantly making and destroying that much blood. It was simply impossible. This was his second great clue. And with these two clues, his patient mind arrived at a revolutionary, world-changing idea. An idea so simple and so beautiful. The blood was not being burned up. The blood was returning. He realized that the liver was not the source. The heart was the engine. He realized that there were not two separate systems, but one. And he realized that I was not a one-way trip. I was a circle, a continuous, unbroken loop, a circulation. It was as if, after centuries of people looking at a map of a single, straight road, William Harvey suddenly saw the whole globe. He saw that the road connected back to itself. He was the first person to draw my true map. He described how the heart pumped my river out through the arteries, and how that same river, after delivering its gifts, returned through the veins to the very same heart, to be sent out all over again. From my perspective, it was a moment of profound recognition. It was as if someone had finally understood my soul. I was not a disposable resource. I was a constant, recycling, regenerating system of perfect efficiency and grace. I was whole. This discovery changed the world of medicine forever. It opened the door to understanding how the body truly worked. And it all came from one person's quiet, patient curiosity. From the courage to look with fresh eyes and to trust what he saw. So, as you rest tonight, you can feel a sense of wonder at the beautiful simplicity of my design. A perfect circle, an endless loop, a design so elegant that it took humanity thousands of years to finally see it. But you can feel it. Right now, the gentle outflow and the soft inflow, the perfect, simple, life-sustaining circle that is me, my dear friend. Our journey together has been a peaceful one. We have explored my beautiful design, my devoted workers, my joyful rhythms. But to tell you my whole story, I must also share, very gently, that my flow can sometimes be troubled. I am strong, but I am also delicate. And sometimes, I need to send you messages that something is wrong. I want you to understand these messages not as a source of fear, but as my own quiet way of asking for your attention, of asking for your help. Please know, your body's deepest desire is for health, for wellness, for a smooth and easy flow. Trouble is the exception, not the rule. And when it comes, it often comes quietly, as a whisper, long before it ever becomes a shout. Sometimes, the trouble comes from a blockage. After many, many years, if my highways have not been cared for, those sticky obstacles we spoke of can build up. That plaque can grow until it is like a great beaver dam, built right in the middle of my flowing river. The path becomes so narrow that my little red cells can barely squeeze through. And then, one day, a little clot might get stuck. And the dam is complete. The river stops. When this happens in one of the small highways that feeds my drummer, your heart, the part of the heart muscle downstream from the dam, becomes starved of my life-giving oxygen. It begins to cry out in pain. This is the feeling of a heart attack. It is a desperate call for help from a thirsty land. If this dam forms in one of the highways leading to your brain, the brain tissue downstream becomes thirsty. It cannot function without my oxygen. This is what is known as a stroke. It is another urgent message, a sign that a vital part of your inner country is in desperate need. These are my loudest shouts, my most urgent alarms. But the whispers often come much, much earlier. a feeling of tightness in the chest when you walk, a sudden dizziness, a numbness where there should be feeling. These are my early warnings, my gentle pleas to pay attention to the health of my riverbanks. Sometimes, the trouble is not a blockage, but a problem with my rhythm. My faithful drummer, your heart, usually plays a perfectly steady beat, but sometimes its own electrical wiring can get a little frayed. It can become tired or stressed, and it might lose its rhythm. It might skip a beat or add a few extra quick beats, a flutter, a palpitation from the inside. It feels like my steady marching band has suddenly become a little disorganized. It is my drummer telling you that it is feeling strained, that it needs more rest, more support, and perhaps less of the things that make it jumpy, like too much caffeine or stress. It is another one of my whispers, and sometimes the trouble is in my banks themselves. High blood pressure, that state of constant tension, can, over many years, weaken the walls of my highways. In a very rare while, a weak spot can begin to bulge outward, like a little balloon. This is another situation that requires gentle, careful attention. I am telling you these things not to frighten you as you lie here in the dark. I am telling you this so that you can reframe these events. They are not random, cruel attacks. They are the final, desperate communications from a system that has been whispering for a long time. They are a call to action, a call to love. So I ask you to do one thing. Listen. Listen to the quiet language of your body. A little pain, a strange new feeling, a persistent sense of fatigue. These are my letters to you. And the doctors and healers of the world, they are my translators. They have learned to read my language. They can help you understand what my whispers mean. So please, never be afraid to listen. Your body is not your enemy. It is your most loyal friend. And it is always, always speaking to you from a place of deep, profound love. After speaking of my troubles, of my whispers and my shouts, I must now tell you a story of hope, a story of healing, a story of the incredible ingenuity of human hands and minds who have learned to become my helpers, my menders, my guardians. This is the story of how my beautiful pathways can be mended when they are broken. For centuries, if one of my major pathways was blocked, or if one of the little doors in the heart was failing, there was very little anyone could do. But in the last century, a miracle began to unfold. Humans, with their boundless curiosity and their deep desire to heal, learned how to enter my sacred inner world. They learned how to repair me. Imagine one of the 4 little doors, the little valves, inside your heart is not closing properly. It has become a little leaky or a little stiff. The beautiful, crisp lub-dub of the heartbeat has become a little less clear. A skilled surgeon, a true guardian of the heart, can now perform a quiet miracle. With hands more steady than you can imagine, they can gently repair that tiny, delicate door. Or they can replace it with a new one that opens and closes with a perfect, quiet click. And in an instant, the peaceful, efficient rhythm of my drummer is restored. Or imagine, as we spoke of before, that one of my main highways, one of the coronary arteries that feeds the heart muscle itself, has become blocked by a dam of plaque. The heart is thirsty. But the healers have a solution as clever as it is beautiful. It is called a bypass. They can take a piece of one of my other vessels, a vein from your leg, or an artery from your chest wall, and use it to build a detour, a brand new road. They gently attach one end of the new road to the highway before the blockage, and the other end to the highway after the blockage. And just like that, my river of life can flow around the dam, joyfully reaching the thirsty lands downstream. It is an act of profound creativity, of building a new path where the old one has failed. But the miracles are not always so large. Sometimes, they are incredibly small and delicate. If a highway is only narrowed, but not completely blocked, the menders can perform a different kind of magic. They can thread a tube as thin as a piece of spaghetti into one of my highways, usually in your wrist or your leg. They can guide this tube all the way through my 60,000 miles of pathways, right to the narrowed spot. Then, through that tube, they can inflate a tiny little balloon. The balloon gently but firmly presses the sticky plaque flat against my walls, widening the path once more. And to make sure the road stays open, they can leave behind a tiny, expandable, mesh-like scaffold. It is called a stent. It acts like a little, supportive archway in a tunnel, holding my banks open so my river can flow freely. All of this can be done while you are awake, with a journey that starts miles away from your heart itself. And what if my drummer, the heart, has lost its own rhythm keeper? What if its electrical signals have become weak or unreliable? The menders have a helper for this too. A tiny battery-powered device called a pacemaker. It can be placed just under the skin, and it sends tiny, precise electrical whispers to the heart, reminding it of its steady, peaceful rhythm. It becomes a reliable, external conductor for my internal orchestra. These are all acts of mending, acts of deep care. They are a testament to the human spirit, a refusal to give up in the face of trouble. So as you rest, know that your body's own healing power is immense, and know that it is supported by a world of human healing, of brilliant minds and caring hands, all dedicated to one simple, beautiful thing: keeping the river of life flowing. As you lie here, in this beautiful state of stillness, I want to tell you about my favorite kind of motion. We've talked about the happy, energetic dance of exercise, which is wonderful. But there is a simpler, gentler rhythm that my entire system adores. It is the most ancient and healing movement you know. It is the simple act of walking. For me, a good walk is like listening to my favorite song. The rhythm of walking is a beautiful, steady beat. Left foot, right foot, a soft swing of the arms. It is a rhythm that connects you to the earth, and it is a rhythm that brings a special kind of harmony to your inner world. From my perspective, the magic of walking is all about the return journey. Remember my gentle blue rivers, the veins that have the difficult job of carrying my blood back up to the heart against the pull of gravity. Well, walking is the greatest gift you can give them. Inside your lower legs are your strong calf muscles. Every time you take a step, your calf muscle gently squeezes the veins that are nestled inside it. This gentle squeeze acts like a second heart. It gives my river a little push upward, helping it on its journey back home. It pushes the blood up through one of my little one-way gates. And then, as you lift your foot for the next step, the muscle relaxes and the gate closes, preventing the blood from slipping back down. Step by step, squeeze by squeeze, you are helping me. You are making my journey easier. It feels like getting 100 gentle, helping hands all along the path. The strain on my drummer, your heart, is lessened because it doesn't have to pull so hard to get the river to return. Walking is an act of deep kindness to your heart, and the benefits just ripple outwards from there. The gentle, rhythmic movement encourages my highways, the arteries, to stay soft and flexible. The steady beat of your steps tells my drummer to beat a little stronger, but not frantically, making it more efficient and resilient. Your breathing naturally deepens as you walk. And my dear friend, the lungs, has a chance to perform their beautiful, complete exchange of old air for new. Walking is a song that my whole body loves to hear. But the music of walking is not just for the body, it is for the mind too. The steady repeating rhythm of your feet on the ground can be a kind of meditation. Left, right, left, right. It is a simple, predictable pattern that can be incredibly soothing for a busy or worried mind. As your mind quiets down, the storm of stress hormones in my river begins to calm. My vessels relax. My pressure softens. A walk can literally wash the stress right out of my river. Think of a time you went for a walk just to clear your head. You may have started with your thoughts all tangled, but after a few minutes of that simple, steady rhythm, you felt a sense of clarity, a sense of peace. That feeling was real. It was the feeling of your inner world returning to a state of beautiful, flowing harmony. You do not need to walk fast. You do not need to walk for hours. A short, gentle stroll is a masterpiece. It is a conversation between your body and the earth. It is a gift of movement and rhythm that benefits every single part of you, from your biggest muscles to my tiniest little capillaries. So as you lie here, you can just imagine it. Imagine the feeling of your feet on a soft path, the gentle swing of your arms, the easy rhythm of your own two legs, carrying you forward, step and step and step. It is the oldest and most natural song of humankind, a song of gentle progress, a song of quiet strength, and a song that my river will always, always be happy to dance to. Let us drift now, from the idea of movement to the very essence of my being. Let us talk about the substance that allows me to flow, the liquid that makes my journey possible. I want to tell you about the simplest, purest, and most welcome gift you can ever give me. I want to tell you about water. Remember, my golden river, the plasma, is more than 90% water. It is the foundation of my existence, and the quality of my river, the ease of my journey, the happiness of all my little travelers depends entirely on it. Think of a river in nature. When the rains have been generous, the river is full, clear, and vibrant. Its current is strong and purposeful. It flows easily around bends and over rocks. It sparkles in the sunlight. It is teeming with life. This is what I feel like when you are well hydrated. My current becomes effortless. My plasma is thin and silky. My little red couriers, the oxygen carriers, can glide along my highways without bumping into each other. They can easily slip through the tiny, single-file capillaries to make their deliveries. My white blood cell bodyguards can travel swiftly to any place they might be needed. My journey is a joy. The work is easy. My drummer, your heart, can beat at a calm, steady pace because it doesn't have to work hard to push a heavy, thick liquid. Life is good. Now, imagine that same river in a time of drought. The water level has dropped. The river has become slow, thick, and muddy. It struggles to move around obstacles. The life within it becomes sluggish and tired. This is exactly what I feel like when you have not had enough water to drink. My plasma becomes thicker, more like a syrup than a river. The journey becomes slow and difficult. My little red cells can start to clump together, making it harder for them to squeeze through the narrowest passages. It takes more effort for them to get where they are going. And my drummer, your heart, feels the strain. It has to beat harder, with more force, just to push this thick, heavy fluid through my 60,000 miles of pathways. It is tiring for me. It is tiring for your heart. It is tiring for your whole body. And my dear helpers, the kidneys, feel it most of all. Remember, they are my master filters, working to keep my river clean. Their job is to filter out waste and mix it with water to be sent away. When there is plenty of water, this is an easy job. They can flush everything out effortlessly. But when there is not enough water, they have to work so much harder to concentrate the waste. It is like trying to wash a muddy floor with only a damp cloth. Drinking water is not a chore. It is an act of profound grace. It is an act of deep and simple self-care. Every sip of cool, clear water you take is a direct gift to me. I feel it almost instantly. I feel my river becoming a little fuller, a little cleaner, a little more vibrant. It is like a fresh, cleansing rain for your entire inner world. So, as you lie here, resting, I want you to imagine this. Imagine a cool, pure, underground spring deep within you. And with every slow breath you take, imagine that spring releasing a little wave of clean, clear water into my river. Feel that wave of purity flowing out from your center. Feel it washing through your chest, down through your arms, all the way to your fingertips. Feel it flowing down through your belly, through your legs, all the way to the tips of your toes. It is a wave of cleansing, a wave of renewal. It is washing away the dust of the day. It is making my pathways clean and my current flow with ease. This is the power of water, the simplest, most humble and most essential gift of all. And my river, your river, is so very grateful for it. My dear friend, as you lie here, floating on the edge of sleep, I want to invite you to participate in a little bit of magic with me. It is the simplest and most powerful magic you possess. It is the magic of your own breath. We have talked about, my dear friend, the lungs, and the beautiful dance of exchange we do together. We have talked about how, when you worry, your breath can become fast and shallow, and it can create a storm in my river. Now, I want you to feel, from the inside out, how your conscious, gentle breath can bring an ocean of calm to your entire inner world. You don't have to do anything at all if you don't want to. Just listening is enough. But if it feels comfortable, I invite you to join me, just by paying a little attention to the rhythm that is already happening, the gentle rise and fall of your own breathing. Let's try something together. Let's take a slow, soft breath in through your nose for a quiet count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just feel the cool air entering, and now, hold it for just a moment. A moment of perfect stillness, and then let the air go, even more slowly, out through your mouth or nose, for a count of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A long, slow, complete release. As you just did that, let me tell you what I felt. From here, inside your river, as you breathed in, I felt my friends, the lungs, gently expand like 2 soft balloons. I felt my river flowing through them, and my little red cells eagerly gathering up the fresh, new oxygen. It was a feeling of gentle preparation, of receiving, but the real magic, the true wave of calm, happened on the out-breath. As you breathed out so slowly, you sent the most powerful signal of safety to your entire nervous system. There is a very special, wandering nerve that connects your brain to your heart, and that long, slow exhale is like a gentle whisper, sent right down that nerve, directly to my drummer. The whisper says, "All is well. The danger has passed. It is safe to relax now. You can slow down." And my drummer, your heart, always listens to this whisper. It trusts your breath completely. And so, as you exhaled, I felt its rhythm become just a little bit slower, a little bit softer. And the message didn't stop there. That wave of calm continued on from the heart, flowing out into all of my highways. The walls of my arteries, which can be tight and tense during times of stress, heard the whisper too, and they began to relax, to soften, to let go. I felt my riverbanks widen. I felt the pressure in my river gently fall. The feeling was one of profound release, of safety. Let's try it one more time. Just as gently. A soft breath in, filling your belly. 1, 2, 3, 4. A moment of quiet stillness, and a long, slow, sighing breath out. One the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you feel it? I did. Another wave of peace washing through me. Another gentle slowing of the drumbeat. Another softening of my riverbanks. It is the most powerful conversation you can have with your own body. And you don't have to use any words at all. This is your magic wand. This is your tool to calm my storms. Anytime you feel a little worried, or rushed, or overwhelmed, you can come back to this. Just 1 or 2 slow, long breaths out. It is a direct and physical way to tell your inner world that it is safe. So as you continue to drift, just let your breathing be your guide. Let every slow exhale be a wave of calm, washing over me, washing over you. There is no storm here now. There is only peace. There is only a slow, gentle rhythm. There is only the quiet, healing magic of your own soft breath. We have traveled so far tonight, through a hidden inner landscape. We have talked about my 60,000 miles of pathways, my trillions of tiny workers, my partnerships with your heart, your lungs, and your organs of cleansing. It can all seem a little abstract, a little hard to imagine. But the truth of my existence, the proof of my constant loving work, is something you can actually feel. It is as close to you as your own skin. And tonight, I want to invite you to connect with me in the most direct and personal way possible. I want you to feel your own pulse. Now, if it feels comfortable for you, and without having to move too much, I invite you to gently bring the tips of your first 2 fingers to the side of your neck, just under your jawline. Or, if you prefer, you can bring them to the inside of your wrist, right at the base of your thumb. Just let your fingers rest there, very lightly. No need to press hard. Just be still and wait. And if you don't wish to move at all, that is perfectly fine. Just stay as you are, and you can simply imagine this feeling along with me. What you may begin to feel is a soft, little tap, a gentle, rhythmic pushing against your fingertips. Tap, tap, tap. It is a quiet, steady beat. That feeling, that soft, steady push, that is me. That is the wave of my river, flowing through one of my main highways just beneath your skin. It is the echo of your heart's drumbeat, a wave of energy that travels from your chest all the way through your body. You are feeling my river flow. You are, in this moment, directly touching the current of your own life. There is nothing in the world quite like this feeling. It is your own personal rhythm, your signature of life. It tells the story of your inner world. When you are excited or have just climbed a flight of stairs, this little tap will be fast and strong. When you are deeply relaxed, as you are now, it is slow, soft, and gentle. Right now, it should be playing its most peaceful andante. Just rest with this feeling for a moment. Don't try to change it. Don't judge it. Just notice it. It is the oldest and most familiar song you know. It has been playing, just like this, for you, every second of every day of your entire life. It is the sound of my loyalty, the proof of my constant presence. This little beat is a profound anchor to the present moment. If your mind ever feels scattered, with thoughts pulling you into the past or the future, you can always come back to this. Just feeling your own pulse can bring you right back here, to the quiet safety of your own body, in this very moment. It is a reminder that you are alive, you are here, and you are okay. It is the rhythm of your own precious life, a quiet, pulsing miracle. It is a direct connection between your outer self and your vast, beautiful inner world that we have been exploring together. It is no longer just a story. It is a feeling, a reality. So, as you continue to drift, you can let your hand rest, or you can just hold the memory of that feeling, the feeling of that gentle, steady beat. Let it be the last rhythm you pay attention to tonight. The soft, distant drum of your own heart, sending its waves of life and warmth through me. To you, it is a lullaby, played just for you. A lullaby of life, carrying you softly, gently, into the deep, quiet peace of sleep. As our journey together begins to wind down for the night, I want to leave you with one of the most important secrets I know. It is the secret of listening. Your body, this beautiful living home you inhabit, is speaking to you all the time. It does not speak in words. Its language is much older and much deeper. It is a language of feeling, of sensation. And I, your river of life, am one of its primary messengers. Learning to listen to this quiet language is one of the greatest acts of self-kindness you can ever perform. In your busy modern world, it is so easy to live in your head, to be lost in a world of thoughts, plans, and worries. It is easy to treat your body like a vehicle that you simply expect to work, only paying attention to it when a loud alarm bell of pain goes off. But your body has been whispering to you long before it ever needs to shout. The language of your body is subtle. It is the feeling of warmth spreading through your hands when you finally relax after a long day. That feeling is a message from me. It is me, telling you that my riverbanks have softened, that my highways have widened, and that my warm current is flowing freely. It is a message of safety, a message of peace. The language is in the gentle rumble of your stomach. It is a simple, honest message that says, it is time for nourishment. It is not a demand, but a gentle reminder. The language is in the heavy feeling of your eyelids at the end of the day. It is a loving message, carried by me to your brain, that says, we have seen enough for today. We have worked hard. It is now time for the healing darkness of rest. To honor this message, to allow your eyes to close, is an act of deep wisdom. And the feeling of fatigue, that deep, heavy tiredness in your limbs, that is not a weakness. It is not a failing. It is one of the most important and loving messages your body can send. It is your cells whispering through me that they have used up their energy for the day and are now ready for the great restoration of sleep. To push past this message again and again is to ignore the loving advice of your dearest friend. To surrender to it, to allow yourself to rest, is to be in beautiful harmony with your own nature. Even a feeling of thirst is just a quiet, simple request. It is, my friends, the kidneys, sending a polite note up to your brain, saying, the river is a little low. A glass of water would be a wonderful gift right now. Learning to listen is not complicated. It is simply the act of bringing a gentle, curious attention to the feelings within your skin. It is taking a moment to notice, without judgment. How do my hands feel right now? Are they warm or cool? How does my belly feel? Is it calm or is it tense? How does my breathing feel? Is it shallow or is it deep? You don't have to fix anything. You just have to notice. The simple act of noticing is an act of love. It tells your body that you are present, that you are listening, and when your body feels heard, it can relax. It can trust that you are its partner, not just its commander. So, as you lie here, just listen. Listen to the feeling of the blankets on your skin. Listen to the feeling of your own weight, sinking gently into the mattress. Listen to the quiet, distant drum of your own heart. These are all the beautiful, truthful words of your body. It is telling you that you are safe, that you are here, and that it is now time for a deep and peaceful rest. My dear friend, we have traveled 60,000 miles together on this journey tonight. We have visited the very center of your being and the most distant, hidden corners. We have met the tireless workers and the silent guardians of your inner world. And as our story comes to a close, there is one last feeling I would like to share with you. It is a feeling of profound and gentle gratitude. Gratitude is a quiet, warm emotion. It is a form of love, and when you direct that feeling inward, toward your own body, it becomes a powerful, healing medicine. So, just for these last few moments of our conversation, I invite you to rest in a state of simple, quiet appreciation. Let's begin with your heart. Can you feel a soft sense of thanks for this faithful drummer? This humble, powerful muscle that has been beating for you, without fail, since before you were even born. It has never asked for anything, except to be cared for. It is the rhythm of your life, the very engine of your being. For this, we can be so grateful. Now, think of me. Think of this vast, 60,000-mile network of highways, rivers, and tiny streets that connects every part of you. This system that works in silent, perfect coordination to bring you life. It is your own personal miracle of engineering and design. For this beautiful, intricate network, we can feel a deep sense of gratitude. And think of my trillions of residents, the little red couriers, who dedicate their entire lives to carrying your breath. The brave white bodyguards, who stand watch over you, day and night. The tiny platelet menders, who rush to heal you at the smallest sign of trouble. They are all working for you, right now. For their silent, selfless service, we can be so very grateful. Think of your partners in health, your dear friends, the lungs, who perform their magical dance of exchange with every breath. Your wise helpers, the liver and the kidneys, who work tirelessly to keep your inner river pure and clean. They are a team of unimaginable devotion. For them, we can feel a deep gratitude. And now, expand that feeling outward. Feel a sense of gratitude for your whole body, this incredible living vessel that houses you. Think of its strength. Think of its resilience. Think of its incredible, innate wisdom to heal and to seek balance. It has carried you through every single day of your life. It allows you to feel the warmth of the sun, to taste delicious food, to hear beautiful music, to hug someone you love. It is the most precious and loyal friend you will ever have. It is a gift of unimaginable proportions. There is no need to find flaws. There is no need for judgment. Right here, right now, it is perfect. It is doing its very best for you, and all it asks in return is your gentle attention, your kindness, and your care. Let this warm feeling of gratitude be a soft, healing blanket wrapping around you. Let it soothe away any worries. Let it smooth away any tension. Gratitude is the feeling of coming home to yourself. It is the feeling of accepting and loving yourself, exactly as you are. This body is your home. This flow is your life. And it is all a miracle. Rest in that feeling. Rest in that gratitude. Rest in that love. And allow it to carry you into the most peaceful and restorative sleep. Our stories are finished for tonight. The time for learning and exploring has passed. Now, there is only one thing left to do, and that is to rest, to surrender completely to the deep, healing peace of sleep. My rhythm is slowing now. My current is becoming wider, softer, and more gentle. I am beginning my most important work of the night, the work of restoration. And you can help me, just by letting go. Bring your attention, just for a moment, to your feet. Feel my warm, slow river pooling in your feet. I am bringing a message of deep relaxation. Feel your toes, your soles, your ankles becoming heavy. so very heavy, and so very warm. There is nothing they need to do. They can let go completely. Now, feel that warmth, that heaviness, slowly spreading upward into your calves. My slow, gentle river is flowing through your lower legs, washing away all the tension from the walking and standing of the day. Feel your calf muscles letting go, becoming soft and loose and so very heavy, sinking down into the mattress. And the warmth flows on, up into your knees and into your thighs. Your strong legs that carry you through your life can now be carried. They can rest completely. Feel all the muscles in your thighs becoming heavy, warm, and deeply, deeply relaxed. Let them go. Just let them be. Now, feel my slow, peaceful current flowing through your hips and your belly and your lower back. This is the center of your body. Let it be a center of deep calm. Feel all the tension melting away. Into the bed. You are so heavy now, so wonderfully heavy, and so safe. My warm, slow river is flowing down through your shoulders, releasing all the burdens of the day. Let your shoulders drop. Let them become heavy and soft. And feel that wave of relaxation flowing down your arms, through your elbows, your forearms, all the way to your hands. Feel your hands becoming warm and heavy. Your fingers are soft and still. There is nothing to hold on to now. The warmth spreads up into your neck, letting all the little muscles that hold up your head finally rest, and it flows up into your face. Feel your jaw soften. Let your tongue rest in your mouth. Feel your cheeks becoming smooth, your eyes becoming heavy behind their lids. Feel the space between your eyebrows widening as the last little bit of tension just melts away. Your whole body is heavy now. Your whole body is warm. Your whole body is in a state of deep, profound rest. My current is slow and steady. My drummer is playing its softest, most gentle lullaby. You are safe, you are cared for, and you are ready, so ready, for sleep. And so, we are here, at the edge of the great, quiet ocean of sleep. You have done everything you need to do. You have listened. You have relaxed. You have let go. You can let go of my voice now, too. You can let go of my stories. They have served their purpose. My journey, however, will continue. All through the long, peaceful hours of the night, I will flow on. I will be your silent, faithful guardian. I will carry my healing supplies to every cell in your body. I will help your mind to wash itself clean. I will be the gentle, constant presence that holds you while you rest. But I am no longer just a river of blood. As you drift away, I am becoming something else. I am becoming a river of peace, a river of quiet, a river of dreams. My gentle current will carry you away from the shore of wakefulness, out into the deep, calm waters of slumber. There is nothing left to do. There is nowhere else to be. Sinking down now, deeper and deeper, into soft, quiet, peaceful sleep. No, there is nothing else, only deep sleep coming to you.